Happy Sunday, happy Father's Day, and happy summer solstice. So today the sun moves into Cancer, tonight actually, and I'm recording this on Sunday, which is the sun's day, and right now it is moon's hour in my location. And I'm specifically doing that because the sun is moving into Cancer, which is ruled by the moon. One luminary is moving into the territory of the other luminary. This added brightness, you could say. And one of the other reasons I'm doing this is because the sun and the moon have been involved in our eclipses that we just had. And coming off of eclipse season can kind of feel like you're coming down from something. And it's like you come down and you're figuring out where your surroundings, where your bearings are. And then you're like, I also kind of feel like a new person. What am I going to do with all of that information? So the eclipses were in Gemini and Sagittarius, and those are ruled by Mercury and Jupiter. And while the sun is moving into Cancer at like the sun's normal pace, Mercury and Jupiter are both standing still right now because this week they are both stationing. Within a few minutes of right now, actually, Jupiter is going to be stationing retrograde, and in 2 days from now, Mercury is stationing direct. So they're both standing still, but they're about to move opposite directions. And this is a really good time while these planets are stationing, while they're standing still, to think about processing and integrating all of the things that came from the eclipse. Eclipses bring us drastic change. This can mean something that you didn't know that you might now know, or it could mean something that you already knew that you're just now allowing your conscious self to be aware of. And so while these planets are standing still, they're still in their domiciles. So Jupiter recently moved into Pisces, a planet, the sign that it rules, one of the two. And Mercury has been in Gemini for longer than it's usually in a sign because Mercury's been retrograde. And so both of these planets in their own domicile, they have the environment that they like. They have the tools that they usually use. And Mercury and Jupiter, they want you to understand. They want you to have a better source of knowledge and a better collection of wisdom to draw from. And these planets being stationary right now, usually the beginning of a season is a cardinal, well, it's always a cardinal sign, but usually that means go, 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 because cardinal signs are action and initiation. But both of these planets standing still gives us kind of a buffer time to kind of figure out how we're feeling after the eclipses. The last solar eclipse, the last eclipse of the two was a week and a half ago, and that's kind of been a bit of this coming down feeling, and now we're kind of having this nice little buffer time to say, okay, how am I gonna implement these things that I now know, while having a bit of a rest time to figure out how that actually aligns with your body and your needs. On Thursday this week, we have a full moon in Capricorn. So Capricorn, this is going to be a full moon in Capricorn because the sun just moved into Cancer, and Capricorn, opposite Cancer, a full moon. Capricorn as a sign wants us to take things that we know and make them tangible. This could mean something very literal for you, as in like applying for a job, or this could be something very small, as in like changing your morning routine, which isn't super small for some people, but for some it might be. Just a small difference. But whatever the thing is that the eclipses gave you, whatever information piece and whatever source of knowledge that they shed light for you, this is the time to figure out how you're going to integrate that in your real life. Take it out of your head and put it into reality. Not that our head isn't reality, but sometimes it can feel like another world, and it can feel like our own little zone of protection, and it's not actual reality in the tangible world. So along with Jupiter and Mercury stationing, we also have Neptune stationing. So if you follow traditional rulerships, then Jupiter rules Pisces. But if you follow modern rulerships, then Neptune rules Pisces. I generally follow traditional rulerships, although I do consider modern rulerships. And Jupiter and Neptune being co-present right now in Pisces, and both of them about to station direct, along with Mercury still in Gemini, still in the same space, this is a lot of energy that is on that mutable axis in wherever that is in your chart. Gemini and Pisces are mutable signs, easy to adapt, easy to change. And with the sun moving into Cancer, this is going to add a bit of like go motion, because these planets have been in the same roughly place for like about a week now, because the stationing time, the actual stationing day, the week or so roughly before and after, they usually stay around that degree depending on how quickly the planet moves. And so this kind of period of in between has been a real buffer after the eclipses. And cardinal signs are initiators. They are action bringers. They are the beginning of the seasons in the tropical zodiac, meaning Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn, starting all of the seasons. And this beginning, literally like the beginning of hot girl summer, like that's where we're at. And so this sort of bringing of the energy and initiating is coming this year with a little bit of downtime, a little bit of a buffer to figure out how we're kind of treading through this new space. Especially because we have to remember that Cancer is ruled by the moon, and the moon wants us to take care of ourselves. If nothing else, the moon wants you to nurture and nourish yourself, to actually give yourself the comfort that you need so that you're able to thrive, so that you're able to do things. It's because we aren't really able to go for things and accomplish things unless we feel a sense of comfort within not just ourselves, but who we are and what we're able to do. And reminding ourselves of who we are and what we do is a really good thing to do right now after the eclipses, after a part of your life has probably had some new information just brought to it, just maybe dumped on it too, maybe not so gracefully. Maybe it was like a forced opening through the door instead of a nice, gentle stroll. But however that came to you, it's important to pay attention to it, and it's important to let yourself sit with it. This Capricorn full moon on Thursday is a really good time to allow yourself to rest and allow yourself to like unearth the things that you need to unearth, the things that need to be brought into the real world that you know can be possible. And we can't do any of that initiating, any of that going for things without rest. We can't burn out before we've even begun. And yeah, this week is a really good time for that. This was short because I wanted to keep it short, and Mercury is still retrograde, so let's hope that this made sense. Reach out if you have any questions, as always. Have a beautiful rest of your day.